Hello and welcome to G.E.L Comics. My name is Ray Emling.
And I'm Matt Guilford.
And today, we're going to talk about video games. Don't really have a specific topic in mind, just kind of going to go over some new games that are coming out that we are interested in, or some games that we've recently started playing. So, I guess let's just jump right into this. So, Matt, what kind of games have you played recently that you would like to talk about?
One that comes to mind is Armored Core Verdict Day. I'm actually not sure when exactly it came out. It's pretty recent. It's last year recent. So, I don't know if you're familiar with the Armored Core games or not. Are you?
Oh, of course I am. And just for our fans out there who are not, please explain in detail what it is. Not for me, but for everyone else.
Right. Well, the Armored Core series is basically you ride around on a giant mech machine robot thing, and you blow up other ones, and that's basically what it is.
Wasn't there a game like that, like back on the NES and SNES? I can't remember what it was called now, but I remember a game like that where you just kind of walked around in mechs and just destroyed all types of crap. I don't remember what it was called now.
You're not thinking of like Mech Warrior, are you?
I might be. I think it was like an anime too, or like a TV show at some point. I don't know. I have all these random memories from my childhood that don't seem to fully form, so I don't know what that says about me as a person.
I feel like you're thinking of like Gundam or Zoids or something.
Well, yeah, that's probably. I did love Zoids. Zoids is pretty sweet. So Armored Core Verdict Day, I'm assuming because it says Verdict Day, it's a sequel of some kind?
Well, it came right after the fifth one. The fifth one is from 2012, I think, but it's very similar to 5. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I haven't played through the whole thing yet, but you basically start out with this Armored Core, your mech, and you customize it. So you can buy all these different parts, all these different weapons. You can paint it however you want. You can set up your workshop how you want, and then you just go on missions and fight other armored cores. There's like even an online aspect, so you can co-op the story with your friends. You can make a team with your friends and fight other teams of real people, or just go on scenarios and win those. You get points for it. There's also like in the main menu that shows this world map, and there's 3 different factions, and these 3 factions all are fighting each other during the season. I'm not sure how long a season lasts. I'm in the Evergreen Foundation right now, so we're fighting against what are they called? Sirius and Venid or something. And you just basically try to take over territories and control the most territory.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it like is it a console game? Like it came on a disc, or is it like a Steam game or something like that?
No, it's console only, so it's not on PC at all.
Okay.
I have it on the PS3, but I believe it's also on Xbox.
I've never heard of this series actually. It sounds pretty cool, but I've never heard anything about it. I haven't actually been actively looking for a game in a long time. The last thing I just bought Grand Theft Auto 5 like literally last week, so I'm really behind everyone else. So yeah. No, I've been going back and forth between story mode and online because I got a couple buddies who play online. So basically, if they're online, I play online, and if they're not, I play story. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
I got it when online wasn't even launched yet, so I got to finish the story all at once.
That's pretty sweet. I didn't know it came out without online.
Yeah, I think they do that to like force people to experience the main game first. That's the only reason I can think of. I don't know why they would release it otherwise without online finished.
It's true. That is they probably wanted to get you. They probably wanted to be able to have you learn all the new stuff through single player and not have to explain a lot of it in online. Although it seems like they just explain a lot of it anyway.
But I feel like anyone who gets the game already knows what they're doing. I mean, they've probably played 4, and Vice City, and San Andreas, and all those.
Well, and then you got guys like me who they play it whenever they're over at a friend's house and then never have ever bought one in their entire life.
Or that, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So now that we've kind of covered, I mean, games that we've recently started playing, what games coming out in the future are you looking forward to?
Dark Souls 2 is the biggest one on my radar right now. That actually comes out in a little less than a month. I think it's March 14th, I think.
We need a fact checker. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now.
I'll be the fact checker. I got you. I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. I'm not gonna lie. It's March 11th, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not like Dark Souls.
Yeah, I know because I remember that.
It was just, and I guess the same complaints I have are kind of like common complaints that I've read. It just seemed really, really hard from the start.
Dark Souls, man.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, I don't play games on easy the entire time. That's not an appeal to me. I don't play games on easy the entire time. But like when I'm first starting it, like I've never played this game before in my life, and I jump in and I'm getting murdered. Like, that's not fun to me. Like, let me learn the freaking game before I start getting into the hard crap. But that's just my personal opinion.
It's understandable, I suppose. But yeah, again, like Dark Souls came out after Demon Souls, which was a PS3 exclusive, which a lot of the fans had already played and gone through. And if you know one, you kind of know the other one too. So the fans probably knew what they were doing more than someone who just jumped in. But Dark Souls did get a lot more acclaim than Demon Souls. Like, I didn't hear about Demon Souls until after I'd played Dark Souls. And it just got a lot more fans than maybe because Demon Souls was an exclusive and Dark Souls was not, but I don't know.
Well, what's up with these games, like, especially like fantasy games, changing the name of the game? Kind of like you said, it went from Demon Souls to Dark Souls, and then I know Skyrim does it because the name of the series isn't Skyrim; it's the Elder Scrolls.
Right.
But on the box, it doesn't say, like, it's not Elder Scrolls in big letters; it's Skyrim. So when people started talking to me like, "Oh, did you play the one before it?" I'm like, what came before Skyrim? Like, was it like pre-Skyrim? Like, I didn't get it. And if you're a true fan, I can understand that. But like, it seems like they're not marketing to new players very well because, like I said, until you told me, I would have never known that Demon Souls was a prequel to Dark Souls. I thought they were two separate games.
Well, the thing about Demon Souls and Dark Souls is more of it's a rights ownership thing what happened there. So Atlas published Demon Souls, and then I forget who owns the rights now. I think Sony owns the rights to Demon Souls now, but the studio From Software does not own those rights anymore, whereas they do with Dark Souls, so they can actually make a sequel with the same name, whereas they couldn't with Demon Souls.
Okay, well that explains a little bit too, I guess. So that's nice to have that background.
The thing about the Elder Scrolls games is they're popular enough to where most people do know what the Elder Scrolls are when you're talking about
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am not in the gaming community as much as I thought.
Maybe not, or you're just oblivious to that one point.
But I don't know. I'm pretty oblivious. I'm gonna be honest. I love video games, but I don't have money, so I don't get very many video games. And like every time I go into GameStop to buy a game, like they always ask you if you want to pre-order anything, and then they tell you all the cool stuff that's coming out. I feel like they're guilt tripping me. Like, every time I have that interaction, I feel like it's like the Sarah McLachlan commercials with the dogs, the sad dogs and everything. Like it makes me feel like they're like, are you gonna let these poor games go to waste? You need to take them home with you and give them a home where they can be played all the time. Like, I feel guilt tripped. Not only does it appeal to me in that way, but it also appeals to me in the way of like, oh, you think you're a gamer, but you're not getting these games? How pathetic.
But I mean, the old ones are great too. So, and they're cheaper.
So screw them.
Go ahead. I mean, yeah, these games are always going to be there for you if you have the console, of course. But yeah, I mean, play some of the old games you want to play first, and the new ones will get cheaper as you wait. So it's kind of I don't know, it's a win-win. I've been playing some older games recently.
All right. Well, that's true, I guess. The next time I go to GameStop or anything like that, if they start guilt trip me, I'm just gonna throw my money at their face and run.
Or just say, no, I don't want to pre-order.
No,
I've never had them just tell me the games if I say no, I don't.
Maybe it's just my specific store because they're always like, oh, do you want to pre-order anything while you're in here today? And I'm like, no, thanks. And they're like, oh, well, the Call of Duty 1957 is coming out, and it's gonna be great. It's exactly like the previous ones, but you should get it anyway. I don't know why all my GameStop employees are New Yorkers, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, it's a good marketing strategy if it's working on you.
It's not working on me. It's making me angry.
Well.
I don't think I've ever gone in there with a specific purpose and then had them present ideas of what to pre-order and been like, wow, I came in here with $20 to buy a specific game, but now that you've told me that this game's available, I'm going to get that instead. Anyway, off topic. So, Dark Souls 2. Sorry, I went off a little topic there. I saw the trailer. It looks pretty epic. I'm probably
just
not going to
get it. Because there's like 8 trailers.
I saw the one that you put on the G.E.L. Facebook page, which, by the way, is www.facebook.com/G.E.L. Comics. That's G.E.L. Comics. Very easy to remember. But yeah, no, I saw that trailer. And did you like that seamless plug there?
Yeah, that's pretty professional.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm very good at that. I'm just basically a professional douchebag. But yeah, so so Dark Souls 2, I saw the trailer that you posted on the Facebook page, and I watched it. It looked pretty cool. I'm probably still not going to get it, but I will admit it looked really cool.
Well, all right then.
Well, what are you looking forward to? Like, I don't really know the features of the original Dark Souls because I didn't make it past like level 1, so I'm still
level 1.
I'm still talking like levels.
Separate level missions.
I'm still like in NES mode. Like I remember the days where there's like level 1, stage 1. That's how everything works in my mind still.
Dark Souls is basically Mario.
It is. It's a platformer and you jump, but instead of over mushrooms, it's demons.
It's spearing you in the butthole.
Right in the butthole.
But cloth physics, man. It's all about the cloth physics.
I don't know what that is.
You know how like you step outside with your coat on and it's breezy and your coat flows in the wind a little bit?
Holy cow.
Cloth physics at work.
Did they is that something that Dark Souls 1 did not have that I missed, or?
No, it didn't. I mean, it was just static models on bodies, so they moved. They just didn't work with the environment or movement or anything. But I mean, that's kind of a joke, but it's kind of cool at the same time because it's just going to be that much nicer to look at.
What consoles is it coming out on?
It's coming out on 360, PS3, and PC. I don't think it's coming out on any of the new gen ones, at least not at the moment.
That's good. That's what's scaring me, because right now, and I guarantee if we get any avid gaming people to come by and listen to this, and they hear me say this, I am probably going to get death threats, but you know what? I've been getting death threats my whole life, so bring it on. But I am not into the next gen consoles at all, and you and me briefly talked about this the other day, but
Yeah, right.
I'm just
I don't know.
I'm not into them. First of all, I haven't heard a whole lot of good things. I've heard a little bit of good things, but I've heard more bad than good, which is expected on the internet. You're always going to hear more bad than good, but I'm not willing to drop close to $800 unless everything I hear is only good. Like
Sure,
for
yeah.
for all the bad that I'm hearing, I don't want to spend that kind of money and like find out for myself. Like that's not what you do. You don't drop $800 and like, well, let's see if I like it. Like you better know you like it before you drop that kind of money.
Oh, they're so expensive. But yeah, I kind of feel the same way. If I was going to go next gen, I'd go PS4 for sure, but I do most of my gaming on my PC, so that's kind of a generation-proof machine. You just have to upgrade components every once in a while.
The I honestly kind of want to go PC, but I'm afraid that if I'm gonna finally shell out all the money to go like full on PC and get a really nice one, and then suddenly all the games I want are console only. Like that's just my luck. That's what's gonna happen. But
It's so rare though.
yeah, but it's me. Like that kind of crap happens to me all the time. Like whenever I think I'm a step ahead of the game, like everything swerves. So
What's an example?
I don't know, just my life in general. Like, I'll go out and like I'll buy these brand new shoes and think that they're like the coolest shoes ever, and then I'll go to work and like, oh, you can't wear those shoes to work. Sorry. Like that's the kind of stuff that happens to me. Like I think I got something I'm really excited about, and then like finds out I can't use it for anything.
I meant like what games would there be that you would want
I
that
don't
would
know.
be
I like talking
console
about
only?
shoes. Leave me alone, jerk. I don't know. See the thing. I don't know right now. Well, okay. For example, I play the WWE games all the time, and as far as I know, none of them are on PC.
I actually have no idea if they are or not.
I don't think they are. I think they're console only. So that's one example. I could live with that, but I'm just afraid like there's gonna be this new awesome game that comes out, and I'm gonna be so excited for it, and then come to find out it's not on PC. But I don't know. I might get a PC anyway, and then I might just have PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. But what made me start thinking about the next gen consoles is as you know, and I'm sure people listening to this are going to find out pretty quickly. I am a huge Mass Effect fan, and that's thanks to you. Basically, what was it like a year ago? Probably close to 2 years now. You
Close
sent
to
me the
two, yeah.
you sent me the first Mass Effect in the mail. Said, hey, play this game. You're gonna like it. Honestly, and I tell this to anybody, I love the Mass Effect trilogy, but Mass Effect 1's gameplay almost ruined the entire franchise for me. Like, seriously, I started playing it, and I hated it. I hated everything about the way it played, and I got so frustrated that I quit. I was like, I'm just not going to do this anymore. I don't even think I got past Eden Prime. I think I was still, like, I was almost done with it, but wow. I was like at the point right where you reach the beacon, I think. But yeah. I got so, because I kept dying and I got so frustrated with the way the gameplay was. Like, the overheat system made me mad. How you can only run when you're in combat and only run for like 10 seconds, even though you're a fully trained Marine, makes perfect sense. Like all that stuff was pissing me off.
Math.
Shut up. It was just pissing me off so bad, so I quit, and I didn't go back to it for like 2 weeks, and finally I was like, well, you know what? He probably is going to want his game back soon, so I might as well give it another shot before I send it back. And I finished the Eden Prime mission, and that's when the story starts kicking in, and I got hooked on the story, so I kind of put up with the really crappy gameplay for the story, and I wanted to see how the story ended, and then I got Mass Effect 2, and they changed the entire gameplay, and it's so much better. And that's when I got hooked on the trilogy after playing Mass Effect 2.
If you play Mass Effect 1 and 2 back to back, like with not much time in between, the difference is just like staggering between controls.
It's staggering, but it's good. Like
it's great.
Everything that frustrated you about Mass Effect 1, you get to Mass Effect 2 and you're like, oh, this is amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but anyway, So yeah, I love Mass Effect. Thanks to you, I thank you every day for that because you've made my life complete. I'm this close to legally changing my name to Raymond Shepard. Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna happen in the near future, so be expecting that. Actually, I think I'm gonna legally change my name to first name Commander, middle name Raymond, last name Shepard. So my full name is Commander Raymond Shepard.
Rayman.
Raymond, yeah, no, just Raymond, just or Ray.
Ray,
I don't.
Ray, Rayman Origins Shepherd.
I I get you're making a reference there, but it's a stupid one. So I'm gonna have to ask you to shut up.
Rayman. Or
I'm
Rain Man. Rain
I'm
Man Shepherd.
I wish we were in the same area right now so I could throw you out of the studio. Which
Well,
the studio is
a
also
studio that
my man
actually
cave.
exists.
Now, you know what's cool is having a man cave to do podcasts in is kind of like having a studio because especially when I'm doing a podcast about nerdy stuff and I'm surrounded by nerdy stuff. Like it kind of is like having a studio. I love it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic again. I'm sorry. I'm a failure as a podcaster. What got me thinking about next gen consoles is I went to GameStop the other day and I bought Grand Theft Auto. And I have an N7 wallet. And I bust out the N7 wallet, and the guy goes, "Oh, are you excited about Mass Effect 4?" And I'm like, "Oh, I haven't heard a whole lot about it, but I'm sure it's going to be good. I know Shepard's not in it, but, whatever. If it's in the same universe, I'm going to be happy."
Shepard's totally in it.
Yeah, no, he's the star. Yeah, no, he's not. He's not in it at all.
He's in it.
Are you serious right now?
No.
Okay, I was like, have you heard something that I haven't? Because that would
I've heard nothing about it.
Basically,
is there actually news?
The little bit of news is just like BioWare has released a statement saying that it's going to be in the Mass Effect universe, but Shepard will not be in it. Is basically what they said. So his story is complete, but it's going to be something. You and me talked about this a long time ago, and I still stand by to this day. What?
It's like super old news.
What? Oh yeah, no, but I know that, but no, that's not what I was saying. You cut me off, jerk. No, what I was saying was a long time ago. You and me kind of talked about how cool it would be if they did a prequel and made it about the First Contact War.
Yes.
And especially since in the entire trilogy, all that they ever talk about is the first freaking Contact War. I mean, not all they talk about. Obviously, they talk about the Reapers and crap, but it's brought up a lot. Like, the two of the most brought up topics from the past, I would say probably the First Contact War, and it might be a tie between the Krogan Rebellion and the Rachni Wars. I think the Rachni Wars is probably a little more. I guess they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do. They're both huge Krogan historical.
Yeah. Well, and I forgot. Things. I guess the Rebellion of the Geth is another one, but they don't actually get into that a lot until Mass Effect 2. Like, in Mass Effect 1, it's talked about briefly, and then you can find out more from Tali, which, if you're like me, I love Tali in 2 and 3. I did not like Tali in 1. I did not at all. She bored the crap out of me.
Okay.
I just, every time you talk to her, it's all about the flotilla this and the migrant fleet this, and like, I don't care. Like, show me what's under your mask. Like, that's all I care about.
Man, the flotilla is such an interesting culture, though.
It's an interesting culture,
weird.
but I could have done without hearing about all the politics of it, because I don't like they took a lesson from George Lucas on how to ruin a franchise and put space politics into it.
And that I don't know what to say. E.T. was in the Star Wars. E.T.
I talk about space politics and you just come out and know E.T. was in Star Wars.
He was a politician.
Okay, I'll give you that, but that was out of right field, left field, right field. Why is it always left field? But anyway, so I'm really bad at staying on topic. I'm sorry.
Left-handedness is
the
strange.
devil.
It used to be the devil.
I know, right?
Not so much anymore.
No, it still is. In my house, it is. If you're left-handed, I chop your left hand off. But anyway, that's another topic for another time.
Just anyone?
Pretty much. Like, hey, are you left-handed? Yes, I am. Ha ha! Just off with their hand.
I won't come to your house anymore then.
I don't recommend it. So yeah, Mass Effect 4. Talking to the guy at GameStop, he tells me all about, we start talking about Mass Effect 4, what it's going to be about, blah blah blah. And I happen to ask. I say, hey, is it going to be on 360 or PS3, or is it going to be next gen only? And he says, he's like, well, I think it's next gen only at first, and then later, and then another guy cuts him off and goes, nope, it's next gen only. That's what they're saying. So that made me realize, no matter what, if I want to get Mass Effect 4, I'm gonna have to buy something. I'm either gonna have to buy a Xbox One, a PS4, or a PC. I'm gonna have to do one, because the PC I have right now, it's a great computer for being a computer, but it's not a gaming computer at all. So that's what kind of made me start realizing, like, eventually I'm gonna have to go to next gen, because right now I'm content, and I'm not gonna sell my stuff. I'm gonna keep it and keep my old games. But if I want to get any new games, eventually they're gonna move over to next gen completely. I mean,
Well, yeah, they're gonna stop making games eventually.
exactly. So eventually I'm gonna have to go over. But I thought I'd have like a couple years. But if Mass Effect comes out next year, I'm not gonna be able to not play it. Like I love that franchise. I want to see what they're gonna do with it. So I'm gonna have to do something.
Just win one. Just win one in a raffle or something.
That easy. Just
Easy.
go, throw your name in a hat, and it's like, hey, there you go. You won. Congratulations.
Free games.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we've got a couple minutes left. Is there any other games coming out that you're looking forward to? Just kind of list them off. We don't have a whole lot of time to talk about all of them. Kind of wasted some time talking about other crap. So, yeah.
Well, one that comes to mind is The Witcher 3. Again, I don't really know the release date. It's sometime this year. But it's obviously part of the Witcher series, which I have played. It's an interesting series. It's a CD Projekt Red game. They're a Polish developer, which is kind of unusual, but they're a really great group, and The Witcher 2 was fantastic in my opinion.
Again, I had never heard of this franchise at all. What is this about?
Basically, it follows the life of one Witcher. The Witchers are like monster and demon hunters in a medieval society. But they're basically shunned because just crazy magic or whatever they do to kill these monsters. People aren't super into it. They think they're monsters themselves, but they're kind of like a necessary evil in the world, I guess. But in this, I guess I haven't really played the first one. In the second one, it kind of follows his story. He's looking. He forgot his past basically, so it's kind of one of those amnesia scenarios, and he's trying to get it back, and he's slowly remembering these tidbits about the Wild Hunt. Witcher 3 is called the Wild Hunt, and you kind of find out what that is exactly at the end of 2. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Good,
Yeah.
because I don't want you to spoil it for me.
I'm looking forward to 3 so much just to find out what happens. It's actually an open world game. The other 2 were not really open world. They were chapter oriented. So while one area was pretty open, it was still just its little own piece of the game that you can't go back to once you go into the next episode of the game.
It seems like
So,
a lot of games are going open world now.
yeah, I like it, and at the same time, I don't know, it's kind of strange for some titles. Like another one I heard was going open world is the new Metal Gear Solid games, and that just sounds so weird to me because, I mean, obviously the other ones are not open world; they're more mission based.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of strange. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Well, there was a small taste. I haven't played the Metal Gear games in a long time, but what's the one where Snake is in the woods for a lot of the game? Like he's living in the woods for some reason.
I think that's Snake Eater, the
Yeah,
number
it
3.
is. That was a little more open world. Like, yeah, it was mission based, but you know, it didn't just take you from one mission to the other. Like, you didn't complete a mission then automatically start another mission. Like, you kind of wandered the woods a little. So it was like they kind of tested the waters with it, and it seems like, you know, I guess it took off. I don't know. I haven't played the Metal Gear series in probably like whenever Snake Eater came out.
But I mean, Metal Gear Solid has always kind of had that more open stage sort of gameplay. Like even in just Metal Gear Solid, which I played recently. I mean, the stages are open. They're opened up so you can attack an objective from multiple different angles, usually. And it's not, yeah, I mean, but it's still sectioned off from the rest of the game.
Well, you know, I'm still waiting until we get an open world Pokemon. That's all I want to see. I just want to be able to run around like as like Ash Ketchum or Red or whoever, and just, you know, kind of like Grand Theft Auto. Like if I want to steal Officer Jenny's bike, I steal Officer Jenny's bike. If I want to shoot up the Pokemon Center, and by shoot up I mean throw a Charmander out and make him shoot Ember, like I want to be able to do that. That's all I want. You just go around throwing Pokeballs like grenades and just catching as many as I can get. That's what I want.
I'll just steal Officer Jenny.
That's true. Can she come with the bike? Because, I mean, if we got a... well, wait. Isn't Ash like 10, like Immortal League 10? That's kind of weird.
Man, you wouldn't be Ash.
Whatever. Still.
Make your own guy.
That would be pretty cool. And if you could be... Yeah, because every freaking protagonist in the game is always like a teenager. Like, you know, Pokemon needs to realize that a lot of their fan base is people who played the first gen games and still love Pokemon. So you got guys like me who are in their 20s, they're fat and hairy now. Like, I want to make a fat and hairy character. That's what I want. Is that too much to ask?
I think like what you would be in Pokemon World.
I'd be Biker, remember?
Oh yeah, wait, Biker or Q-Ball?
Q-Ball, sorry, I thought he's not a biker. Yeah, I'd be Q-Ball. I'd be the guy on the motorcycle with the big beard who... I always find it weird that he's just sitting there and sees a little kid and goes, "You want a Pokemon battle? Take off your pants."
I do remember them saying that in Silver version. Yeah.
A lot. They were always like that. Yeah, they're like, "Take off your pants right now. I'm gonna catch them off." You know what I'm saying? But but that's all we have time for today. Leave it on that note. Take off your pants. Gotta go. Da 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 da. Yeah, so that's all we have time for today. Be sure to keep checking out the podcast that we update every week on Wednesday. And for G.E.L. Comics, I'm Commander Raymond Shepard.
And I'm Patrick Porburton.
Have a good night.